Spiky Bits. Make sure you stay in the trenches. Help keep our channel ad-free by becoming a supporter over on Patreon and also scoring yourself some free miniature swag in the process. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out our site, spikybits.com, for all the hot hobby tutorials, news, rumors on all your favorite hobby topics. And head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.
What's up, Hobby Maniacs? Rob Bear here today with a look at the fantastic new Age of Sigmar releases for the Orruks. This is the splash release for all these guys, and now we know why they pushed out 2 to 3 weeks worth of stuff all at once, because, well, they're bringing hobby back, they're bringing the points back, they're bringing everything back to Age of Sigmar, maybe getting it to where it should have been at the first release of it. They're getting the community involved, they're doing press releases, they're talking, you know, with folks on podcasts, they're making the right moves. Because let's face it, I think we all know, well, it didn't go so well for them over the summer. And, you know, now we got some new leadership, now we got some new task and purpose, some new direction, some refocusing, some great new minis in these new Orruk models. Normally we won't cover this stuff on here because, quite honest, there's not a lot of demand for it since the summer. But everybody's talking about these new Orruk models. And I thought, what the hey, we'll take a look at them real quick, you know, unbox them, take a look, show everybody, cover it, because, you know, I'm excited for the new Age of Sigmar. Hopefully it's not too little too late. And yeah, it'll be a while before people come back around to the whole, you know, Games Workshop took away my toys, burned everything, and you know, took out the trash. But, you know, at the end of the day, well, they're a gaming model company, most notably a game company, because we saw, well, a game without points really isn't a game. It's just kind of models you push around the table. And, well, we're moving forward, and we're walking, So here it is. This is 3 of the big new releases this week. I didn't get the independent character guys because, well, I just thought, you know, it's not much to show off there, and we're gonna run through these real quick because I don't want to spend a whole lot of crazy time on it. Now, real quick, these the Gore Grunters I think are 80 for the 3. Then we got the Brutes I think are 50, and the Maw Crusher is 110. It's kind of like that Archaon kind of level kit for these guys. That is, you know, kind of the collector's thing that I think they're kind of trying to push on the Orc fans there. So first up is the new Orruk Brutes. It's a 5 model kit that is on 40 mil bases. And these guys are huge. They're big, and they got different armaments, some double-handed weapons, some single-handed weapons, kind of, you know, your traditional kind of fantasy thing. Typical 3 sprue kit. You know, you're going to get lots of good-looking parts in here. The kits, the sprues themselves are 3 different sprues, so, you know, you're getting basically your money's worth. You're not kind of getting, you know, a duplicated thing and some 40 mil bases. But what I liked about it was not only do you get the rules in here, but everything's in color now. Like, this is all color printing is expensive, folks. Trust me, it's a thing. This is a lot of good looking stuff here. It helps with the assembly process. I feel like these guys are huge. They're bigger than, you know, bigger than Orc Knobs in 40K. And in the back, you got all the rules for them, also in color. So if you didn't pick up, you know, their battle tome or whatever, well, you've got all of that. So you can kind of tell just by looking at the sprues, you know, themselves, basically judging by the size of my hand, I'm sure these are a lot bigger than an Orc Boy, even a Knob. You know, when you're talking, you got a double-handed kind of blade type thing right there that's ginormous. Like, these are good-looking designs, good-looking sculpts. They're going to go together in that traditional kind of computer sliced design. So what's good about it is that you're not going to have as many mold lines because the slices are generally along the legs and the armpits and places where you're going to have a lot of problems with mold lines. The bad news is that they're not as multi-part and not as customizable overall. So you know, those couple caveats aside, great looking stuff. You are going to be able to split the arms because that's kind of the whole thing, and there is some other, you know, shoulder pads and things like that. But as far as customizing goes, they have to be built a certain way, or else, you know, that's pretty much it. you don't have the kind of the, I guess, you know, the thing where if you get an extra set of legs or something like that, that you're able to actually do more with them. But, you know, they're great looking minis, and it's revolutionary design, so I guess there's kind of like a little bit of give and take there when it comes to all that. Next up is the Gore Gruntas, which are basically like the war boars, you know, the boar boys that we've seen for so many years, and they are on these big new ovals, which are basically what the Space Marine bikes, I guess, come on now. The one in the Death Watch came on that. So there's a look at what you can, you know, the options that you can make, the different weapon options there, and, you know, fantastic looking miniatures. I mean, these guys are huge. I mean, just look at the board itself. But then again, you know, you're getting the slice kind of deal. So you're already getting half of it put together on the bore. So it's not as customizable except for, like, you know, the weapon arms and things, which is probably all you'd want to customize, really. I'm not sure how this would port over, like if you wanted to use them in 40K for something. But, you know, that being said, most Orc players are very adept at converting things and making things out of nothing. So I could definitely see some Orc players being able to do something with these models in 40K itself. So there's all of those great looking minis for sure. And this is an $80 kit, not quite as expensive as Archaon's Knight Rider guys that came out, I guess, right around November-ish, or the end of the year, first of the year kind of type deal. But they're still pretty good looking models, and a lot of people are excited about these. Now, last up is the big boy himself, the Maw Crusher, or, you know, basically the Wyvern for all you old timers out there. Now, what I like about this box is it's kind of like a double box. It's like, it's got the sleeve on it, right? So you got the sleeve that shows off all, you know, the model itself, and then you've also got like the collector box kind of thing, which I thought was pretty neat. So if you know, if you're an Orc collector, that's pretty sweet. And there's that. So it's just like Archaon, you know, they're trying to make these, you know, the big models, the big collector level models, which is what we heard Kirby was trying to do way back in the day with some of the stuff. Demon stuff, the Bloodthirster model, and that led to a lot of strife in the company, I feel like, and that's now we see it, you know, $110, $120 for a Bloodthirster doesn't seem that bad these days, but, you know, 5 years ago, I'm not sure that would have gone over so well. So I feel like that was an idea ahead of its time. But now, you know, $110, $120 is kind of where we're at. So you see the size of this box and you're like, why is it so big? How many screws come in this thing? Well, only 3 screws come in this thing because they are so detailed. I mean, look at these. You got stuff all over these screws. I mean, you got huge, you know, cuts, slices with the computer that are just amazing. You know, I mean, the detail and the way it goes together. It's like a great big Glock and all over again, because that thing was just like a big kind of hollow shell. And then you got the big Archaon size base right there as well for this guy to go on. So if you thought he was big, he's big, but he might be bigger than you actually suspected. And the cat is now attacking paper on the ground. Hey, what are you doing? Give me that. Yeah, get out of here. And we now we'll get back to our video here. Always something. They always know when I'm talking. So here's a look. It's once again a full color, you know, instruction manual, which is really aids in the design of everything. You know, when you're able to do these different colors and have basically the differentiations between, you know, depth even, or, you know, hey, this guy goes here. Well, you know, if that wasn't yellow, that might be kind of hard to see, you know what I mean? So I feel like they're getting better. Their instruction manual game is on point from where it was just a few years ago, where it was pretty terrible, and they would omit things from time to time. But other than that, you know, I think this is a great looking manual. They got 2 different ways you can make the Maw Crusher. So let's take a closer look at the sprues themselves. So here's the first sprue, which is basically, you know, a couple of wing parts, some torso parts, and the tail itself. I mean, it's kind of hard to make out, to be quite honest, because once you start slicing this thing down, you know, it starts to get kind of wonky. Here's the other wing. Some more just random legs and just things that just kind of glue together to form this guy. Like, this is one of those things that you need the instructions. Like, you cannot just like take this and cut this apart and then hope that, hey, it's just gonna, let me dig through my box of Legos right here. It's just all gonna go together. And then the parts, like a heavy sprue for the Orruk War Boss, that's gonna go on top there. So it's not quite 3 sprues, it's about 2.5. But man, you can tell by the size of this box, this thing is massive. Like, it's no joke. This thing is huge. So 110, you know, a lot of Orc players out there are going to be picking this bad boy up because he is pretty dope. We haven't seen anything like him before. You know, if you remember the old pewter Wyvern model from just, you know, I don't even know, 15 years ago, like, that thing was kind of, that thing pales in comparison to the Maw Crusher right here. So, you know, exciting times are coming. A lot of people, you know, everybody's talking about how good the whole, you know, Age of Sigmar with points is going to be. I'm cautiously optimistic. I feel like they have a great opportunity. They are making the right moves. They looked at what went wrong. They're trying to make it right. But at the end of the day, you kind of got to give people a reason to play. You shit all over their dreams, and now you got to bring them back. But you got to do it with the kid gloves. You got to do it nicely, and you have to definitely act like you care. All of the things that they're doing right now. So kudos to Games Workshop for seemingly making the right moves in the past couple of months. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching our first look of the new Orruk models for Age of Sigmar.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.